Hello everyone. Today we'll be looking at Bluebeam, how to use basic measuring tools in Bluebeam. First of all, this is the Bluebeam interface. So the first bar on this Bluebeam interface is called command bar. Command bar contains Revu, file, edit, view, document, batch, tools, window, and help. This bar is called command bar. The bar below the command bar calls tools bar. This left side called left panel. Left panel, all these are on left panel. All these measuring tools are on right panel, while we have bottom panel. So if you want to work on Bluebeam, you take off for quantities. How do you import your drawing into Bluebeam? First of all, if you want to import drawings into Bluebeam, maybe you want to import architectural drawing, structural drawing, whichever kind of drawing maybe. So you click on this file, click on open. So I want to import these two drawings into Bluebeam. So I first of all click on the first one and the second one and click open. So the two drawing has been imported into Bluebeam for my use. The first one is architectural drawing, while the second one is structural drawing. So first of all, let me introduce you to the basic measuring tools on how to use these basic tools to take off for quantities. If we look at the right panel here, these are the measuring tools in Bluebeam. The first one is calibrate. We all know that whenever I want to measure, we have to calibrate the page for us to know the scale, or to know the measuring, the basis for our measurements. So you have to calibrate whenever I want to measure. So the first icon is calibrate. So if you want to calibrate, let me use this calibration as an example. So I will choose the known dimension on this plan for my calibration. So if I want to calibrate this page now, I'll click on this calibrate. I will click on it. So this brings select 2 points of a known dimension to calibrate measurement tools. I will click OK. Having clicked OK, so I will click on this dimension from 1 point here to the second known point, like this. So what's the dimension I calibrated? Is 6.42 meters. So whatever you want to be entering, no, we are used to meter. All our measurement used to be in meters. So I have to convert this dimension to meters, which is so you input your dimension inside this box, 6.42. Having done that, I will click on apply scale like this. So I've calibrated this page. So as you can see here, so if your page is here to be calibrated, it's going to notify you here that this page is here to be scaled, going to be written here. So having scaled this page, so the other tools, the first tool is length. Maybe if you want to know any dimension in meters, so you just click on this tool like this. Maybe I want to know this length here from here. Before you measure, so you click on this setting properties to change the property. Maybe if you want to rename this tool. So the first one is auto this. So the subject, what is the subject? What do you want to measure for? Maybe let me assume I want to measure for trench excavation. Let me just put trench excavation. You may want to change the color of the line you want to draw. You want to change it to yellow or anyone. So having done this, you have to click on this unit to check whether what you want to measure is going to be in meters or in millimeters. So I've clicked on this unit. So admin, I didn't click on this unit, it will have been measuring in millimeters. So I have to change this unit to meters and click enter. So the length, this length is the total length here is 30.006 meters. So that's the use of the length tool in Bluebeam. So if you want to, the second tool is poly length. Poly length can be used in place of length, maybe if you are measuring for longer distance. So the use of poly length, let me click on this poly length to show you the usefulness. So let me name it. If you may want to change the name, you can click change the name here, change the color, the font color of your dimension can change it to any choice of your any color of your choice here. So don't forget to click on this unit to change the unit to meters. Click enters. So this is the work of poly length. Take this length. As you are reaching every point, you have to be clicking, right clicking, going like this. Another point, going like this. This is another point. Maybe I want to know the perimeter of this area. At every point, you have to be dropping, right clicking. So, and double click at the final point. So it has given me the perimeter of this area. So that's the work of poly length. So the third tool is area. The third tool is area. So let's measure for site clearance here. Since we are working with site plan, so I will click on this site, this area tool. I will click on this setting properties. So I will change the name to site clearance. You want to put label or any code you want to put, you can put it. So don't forget to change the unit to meters and click enter. So the area, our site area, start from here, go like this, go like this, click here, and double click here in the final point. You may want to fill this site clearance with arch. Maybe you want to fill it anything, so you can fill it. You can use any type of arch to fill your measurements. You can change the color. You can change the color here. You can change the line color here. So what if you want to fill your measurement? If you want to fill your measurement, so you can click here. If you want to fill your measurement, all the measurement is to be under markup list. So you scroll down. So this is the measurement. It's site clearance. This is the height. This is the area. This is the measurement. Site clearance. All the measurement is to be here. So the next tool is perimeter. Perimeter could be used to take perimeter of this area. And diameter tool can use to take diameter and so angle, radius, and follow. So let me just go to take off proper how to use. So let's start with structural drawing. So my measurement is going to start with trench excavation. Maybe I want to measure for all this trench. First of all, what's the depth of our trench? Let's check this section of the drawing. So let us scale this page to know the depth of our trench. So as I said earlier, you click on this calibrate to scale this page. You see scale not set. So you have to scale this page to know. So let me use this dimension for my basis. So 1.90. So let me rescale it. Now 900 from here. Yeah, 0.990 apply. So I want to know the depth of this trench. So if I want to know the depth, let me use this length tool to know. So our trench is going to start from here. Excavation is to start from here to here plus blinding. So the depth is 1.01. So let me change the units. So the depth is 1.01. So that's the depth of our trench. So 1.01. So let me go back to the plan here. So this page is yet to be scaled too. So let me scale this page too. So you click on this calibrate to scale your page. Click on OK and choose any known dimension. So it's 1.94, 1.94. Click apply scale. So having scaled this page, so the first item to be measuring for is our trench excavation. We all know that trench excavation is measured in meter cube. So I'm going to take volume tool to measure my trench excavation. So I'll click on this drop down arrow and click on this volume tool for my trench excavation. Don't forget volume tool. I will click on it, change the unit to using meter. So what's the depth as we measured? I have to include the depth to make it in meter cube. So as we measured earlier, 1.01. That's the depth for our trench. Click OK. Click on these properties to change it to trench excavation. So having done all this, I may decide to include arch for my measurements. So a trench excavation. Like that, trench excavation. Checking for trench excavation here. Trench excavation. So So just trying to get trench excavation or this tool, trench excavation. Trench excavation. Yes, so having considered all our trenches, so I will escape the tool since I'm done with the measurements. So if you want to see all your measurements, come down here. So this so this my measurement. Can collapse it. So this is the square meter for a trench. This is the volume. This is the volume, 7.31 cubic meter. The area, 6.65 square meter. So that's the total trench for this. So the next item is pit excavation. Pit excavation. So first of all, let's go and check what was the depth of our pit. Pit excavation. So let us scale this pit to know the depth. Zero point 0.90. So I mean, check and mention to check the depth. So you can change the initial to meters. So the depth of our pit is 1.27 meters. So let me go back to the plan. So we have different sizes of our pit. We have pit 1, pit 2, pit 3. So let me consider pit 1 first. So I come here under measuring tools. I click on follow. Change the units to the meters. So what's the depth? 1.27. That's the depth of our pit. Click OK. So you may want to fill your measurements hash. So change the name to pit excavation. Pit excavation. So pit 1. So this pit 1. Pit 1. So considering pit 1. So 1. Pit 1. Since we've considered all our base type 1, base type 1, all the base type 1 have been considered, you can put base type 1 here, BT1, as your label, BT1. So you can drop the 2 here, clicking this arrow. So let's check our quantities here. So these are base type 1. So you can collect them. So the type quantity for a base is 38.84 square meter, and the volume is 49.32 cubic meter. So the base type 2, you come here again to pick volume. So pit excavation 2, pit excavation. But don't forget to include BT2 to differentiate from the first one under label, this type 2. Don't forget to change the units to meters, and the depth is 1.27. 1.27. Enter. So you can give this one to hash. You decide to choose this. You can change the color to blue. So base type 2. So this base type 2. We have one here. Type 2. Another one here. Type 2. Type 2. Okay, I omitted this base type 1. So this have to consider them. So I've considered all the base type 2. We only have 3 number of base type 2. So I drop the 2 here by clicking this select. So since I omitted 2 base type 1, so instead of me to pick 2, so I will just right click here and click copy, click paste. So just drag it for this one. Since they have the same for this one too, right click and paste of the same dimension for base type. Okay, since done with base type 1 and 2, so remaining base type 4. So I will go to my measuring tools, click on follow, pit excavation. So don't forget to include BT4 under the label. Click enter, change the units to meter, and put the depth of our pit. This is 1.7. Click enter. They want to choose hash for this one too. If you choose, you want to change the color to this one. So a base type 4. Base type 4. This type 4, we only have one base type 4. We only have one base type 4. So the last one is base type 3. So come here, click follow, change the subject to pit excavation, the name BT3, change the unit here. We put the depth 1.27, 1.27. Click enter. We want to choose as for this one. It's type 3. So since we've considered all our base types, so drop the tool. So you configure all your quantities from this markup list. So collapse this, you see them. These are pit excavation. So do the total sum of everything at the top. All these pits, pit 1, pit 2, pit 3, pit 4. This is total sum of total cubic meter of everything. So you can collapse it to fill only one, same as trench excavation. So after doing this, what's the next item to take off for? So the next item is level and compact. Level and compact. So do you know that as we are generating cubic meter for our trench excavation, the area of our trench is also calculated. So this is the area of our trench. So instead of us to start calculating for level and compact, since we gotten value for area of our trench, you can just pick this value for level and compact. So there's no need to calculate for level and compact. You can copy this value for level and compact. So the next item is blinding. Blinding. Blinding also, there's no need for to start calculating from blinding, if not the area of our trench. So once you export it, you just multiply by thickness of blinding. So there's no need to do that also. So the next one is blinding to this type 1 to 4. So there's no need to calculate for all those 1, 2. Since if not the area, this is the area of all our base types. So you just multiply by the thickness of blinding once you export to SL. What else again? Concrete in foundation, same as concrete in foundation. There's no need to calculate for that too. If not the area of our trench, it's the area of our trench. So you just multiply by the thickness of concrete in foundation. So concrete column base, there's no need to calculate for that too. If not the area of our pit excavation, which is 55.59 square meter. So all what you need just to multiply by the thickness of a concrete column base. So we are left with, let me check the section of the plan to know the next item from that. So you're left with laterite filling. So laterite filling. Let's calculate for laterite filling. So lateral filling is measured in cubic meter. So click on this volume 2. Come here under properties, change the name to laterite filling. So the units to put label. So change the units to meter. What's the thickness of a laterite? So let's assume it's 300 mm thick, 0.30. Click enter. Click enter. We choose hash or decide to leave it. So our laterite filling is going to be in internal face for our trench from here. From here, like this. So, the right filling. For lateral filling. So if we consider all the area in which our lecturer is going to be placed, so I will drop the tool here. So let me check. So this is the total quantity for laterite filling is 21.89 square meters. So the volume is 60.57 cubic meter. So after that, we are left with concrete slab or a BRC mesh. BRC mesh. So you can use this value of laterite filling, which is an area for a BRC mesh. You can also use it. Can I use it for concrete slab? So we are left with concrete slab. So once again, I'll click here, click on volume tool, change the name to concrete slab. So change the unit to meter. The thickness of our concrete slab is 0.15. Okay. So change the ash to be in blue color. So our slab is going to be from here. Center. So these are concrete slab. So let's check. So this is a concrete slab. This 7.52 cubic meter. 5.52 cubic meter. So after concrete slab, what next? We are here to calculate for block wall in foundation. So let's check this section. What's the height of our block wall in foundation? So let me use this to know the length of our block wall in foundation. So from here, so it's 0.8 meters. 0.8 meters. So let me go back to section. Plan, I mean, to 0.80. So there's no need to calculate for that too. Okay, yeah, there's no need to calculate for that too. We've already know the check. So there's no need to calculate for that too. We've already know the total running length of our trench to be 244.81 meters. So once we export it, we just multiply by the height of our block wall in foundation. So I think we've considered all the structural elements. So this is what I have for you today. If you have any question, you can contact me privately. So the next tutorial will be on advanced measuring tools, how to create custom columns for easy measurements, as we did for plan Swift. So since that's all for structural elements, I think with what I've explained, we can at least use and do something on Bluebeam. So it's very easy to use. So is the tutorial drawing. Easy to use. So just to scale and put your, so that's that. Okay, so let me the pick count tool. Let me demonstrate count tool. We have count tool here too. So let's assume I want to count for this wash and basin. So I want it to be auto counting. So if you want to use manual counting, you can click here. This count tool. Just click here like this. Come to properties, change the name to wash and basin. Wash and basin. Maybe it is in ground floor. So just input ground floor. Wash and basin. Assuming you are using manual counting. 1. Just be dropping on it. Wash and basin. 2. You only have 2 here. So click drop 2. So you can see your quantities there to be 2. But if you want to use auto counting, let me delete this. If you want to use auto counting, you first of all click on this search. So there are 2 options for search. Is that what do you want to search? Is it text you want to search or image or virtual image? So if I click virtual, I click virtual because virtual is image I want to search for. Click on this get rectangle. Click on this get rectangle and draw rectangle across this. So it has brings this shape. So click on search. So it's searching. So it has search. So it has search. So you click on this. This is it. This is it. This is it. So having click on this, so you click on this check option. So apply count. So what's the type of shape you want it to denote that wash and basin? So let me click this. So it has counted it automatically. There's one here, one. There's one here, two. So you have to be careful in sometimes you used to misbehave actually. I'm seeing one here. You see, it can't okay, there's one here too. So that's counted it automatically. So if you want to fill your okay, let me click on this properties to change the name to wash and basin. Maybe this floor is ground floor. So just type ground floor to differentiate from other floors. Click enter. So let me fill the quantities. I want to fill the quantity. So this wash and basin. To turn quantities, we have three. This is the label on ground floor. So that's that for count two. And notice again, since that's the major measuring tools we have. So if you want to fill all your tools, they are here under this drop down on the right panel. So these are the tools for measurements. So the next class is going to be on how to create plugin or templates. So when on Bluebeam, they used to call it custom tools. How to create custom tools to develop tools in such a way that to be easier for us to take off as we did for under plan suite. So the next class is going to be basically on advanced measuring tools on this Bluebeam. So thank you for watching. I wish you have a great day.